Oh, what's up, boys? Crazy stealth drop today, huh? Nobody expected the Oblivion to drop today. There's no fucking shot they're doing this, by the way. If they do, it's a retaliation to the Skyblivion mod team. They definitely don't want that shit to succeed. Let's see. Honestly, if this drops today, I'm playing that shit all day long.
They would take it to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands.
Dude!
Take
No way!
Blessings and the hope of the Empire.
No shot, bro. No fucking shot.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Oh my god, dude. There is no way. Remastered Oblivion, dude. Remastered Oblivion. Let's hope it's not fucking dog shit.
Here we are 20 years later.
Yeah, let's see if you cooked or if you're cooked.
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and
How did
open-world
you make a
games for their
remaster
generation.
faster than
Fans got
6?
so connected
That was
with
in
the worlds
development
we've
for
made
X
and
years
the
now.
stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Remember that
Coming
shit back
to
in the
Oblivion
day?
now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
Really?
There's so much there, both for the Elder
Dude.
Scrolls world and
The
also
nostalgia.
this evolution of our games. I think is really, really important for people to
The
take a
camera
look back
quality
at.
back then.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the
That's
past 20
insane.
years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like,
Totally.
there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Every time you opened up that
Oblivion
game.
is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a
What do
game
you mean by
developer.
that,
It
bro?
all starts with it.
I don't even
Bro,
think
what do you
it took me
mean?
till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Of course, it was a great game. Like,
Such
what
a
the
key
fuck?
moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing.
Look, as long as it's
We had
not
that really
shit, people
special
are gonna
moment of
buy it
coming
and
out
play the
into
living
world
fuck
for
out of
the
it.
first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
Well,
I
now
was
you
born
did.
87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel.
Imagine if the Skyblivion mod pack, mod team, demolishes the remaster. Imagine how funny that would be.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which
Whoa.
no waking eye may see.
Okay. Yo, brother, what? Bro, that looks crazy. I mean, it doesn't look like insane, but it looks much better than like Skyrim does, at least.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time,
The world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible.
Damn, dude. Damn.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life.
Virtuous, okay.
The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
I mean, these guys look like they
Paris,
like video games.
And welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
I don't think I know who that team is.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware.
Probably.
This is Oblivion in its
Dude,
most complete
the gate looks insane. Dude, that looks crazy. Okay, that looks crazy, dude. I remember when this looked like shit back in the day and it wouldn't even load on my PC. That's how bad my PC was back in the day, dude. Holy fuck, does this look awesome.
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
Okay.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
Okay, that's pretty good.
On a personal level, it was really
Which means
important to
they're
me
not selling
to ensure
it
that
as
we're
DLC
preserving
to you,
the
basically.
magic of the original experience.
Hopefully.
At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I mean, I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game.
Brother!
It was
What?
It made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
Hell yeah, dude. We have a dude in the development team that played the game for over 10,000 hours, bro.
Before the end.
I mean, that's not as much as me playing WoW, but it's still impressive. Looks good.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
Brother. That looks like a different game, not gonna lie.
The original
Like, the
Oblivion
graphical
is
update
still the
is
heart
crazy
and
in this
soul
one.
of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals.
Really?
We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the word logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure
So I guess I'm
fidelity.
not gonna be able to run it then.
We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
It looks crazy
Brush
though.
opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version
Dude,
of
I
Unreal
really
5.
wanted to play an RPG so
Our
badly.
goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use
Furries!
millions of polygons in each asset,
Ew.
allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
Okay.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the
I mean,
original
this
game
is
had
gonna
limited
feel
dynamic
just like,
shadows,
when did it launch?
now the entire
2006?
world reacts naturally to light.
2004? I don't remember when it launched.
We used an incredible
but this
new
is gonna
lip
feel
sync
just like back then. My
technology
PC
that really
not
enhanced
barely being
performance
able
in
to
our
run it at 5 FPS.
Left us a warning.
That's gonna be crazy, dude.
And
The
real
5
tools
FPS
helped
experience
us create
is
the base
surreal.
mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective.
Dude, the
even
humans
when the
look
characters
fucking
have
ass,
very
so do
different
the
facial
orcs.
features.
What the fuck?
Welcome to the guild.
Yeah, the
We have
draconians
access to
and
so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as
furries look
simple as running through a forest.
way better than the
Insects flying
humans and
around,
the orcs. Let's
fish
just say
swimming
that.
in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
This kind of
I
feels like
believe you
Elder
can
Scrolls
handle a more
Online, honestly.
complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve
Just a bit better
carved
looking.
panel from the central chamber of the
More
High
than a bit,
Vale.
actually. Dude, if they had made a combat
It's not just
system where you
visuals
could
that
lunge
we've
in
modernized
somebody
in the
and
remaster.
fucking slice their
It's
head off,
gameplay.
that would have been impressive. But this is like the default Elder Scrolls combat.
It's UI and UX.
Which isn't bad, but it's kind of...
It's audio.
It's aged.
We've updated features and systems across the board.
Okay.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
I'll
We were
believe
able
it
to
when I see it.
fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality
Like the
that
best
feels more
leveling
human.
system, hands
You see
down,
that in
is
places like
probably
combat
in
animations.
D&D or
There's a lot
Baldur's
more
Gate or
separation
even the
between
original
upper
Sin.
and lower body,
You just
and
put
all
stat
the
points
animations
into
are more
whatever you want to
flourished.
level.
Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. We know it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the combat kind of looks boring.
Third-person perspective now. The original had third person.
Maybe I'm
but
just too
there
used
was
to
no
like
crosshair and we
modern
felt the
gotchas
experience
and
could
modern
be
games too much. Like
One of
Wuthering
our
Waves
goals
and
was
like
from
modern
third-person view that compared to
RPGs.
Starfield in terms of playability.
Like the
Now,
combat here
third-person
feels
perspective
aged.
has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
At least I hope we have a role, like a dodge roll, like in Dark Souls.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those
Okay, I mean, that's like
We
the
also
bare
made
minimum,
sure to keep
sure.
in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there. Hi there. But it's like so nice.
And then at
freeing
other
the
times they
same
would
time.
go, "Oh, to the prison you go, thief!"
The law. Stop! You violated the law. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Classic, dude. Fucking
We are going to
classic.
steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there.
Find the
Do not
breeding
speak to
room.
the priests.
There,
They're
people will be
blindfolded.
bred.
I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Yeah, then you start doing a stealth mission and start killing everyone.
Violated the law.
Stealth mission completed, bro.
Pay with your blood.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In
Yeah, of
fact,
course.
all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are
I don't like the
mini-games.
inventory UI.
Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Once you collect a lot of things, it's gonna look cluttered.
Like lockpicking.
They could have done that better.
You can put a fresh coat of paint on it.
They
You
could
can't
have
change it
just
too
used
much
the
because it's part of the
any
core
system, really.
experience.
Wuthering Waves,
Whether
World
you're
of Warcraft,
returning to
like any
Cyrodiil
bag
or
system with
you're a
icons,
newcomer.
they could have just used that.
You
When you have those,
worship the
when you have
ground
that
you walk on.
backpack system
will
that you currently
instantly
saw with
feel
the
it.
lines, right? with
It
a
just
short
feels
display
better.
of information
We've modernized
next
a
to each
lot,
item.
but
You'll
it's
have to
still the same
scroll all the way
incredible
down
adventure
once you collect
and the
a
same
certain amount of
carefully
items.
handcrafted world.
It's gonna be tedious to
Well,
go
it's
through
about
your
time.
backpack
Do you
every
know how
time
long
you're
we've
in
been waiting?
late game. They could have updated that.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios.
Still gonna play the game, though,
None
don't
of
get
what
me
we're
wrong.
surrounded by right now would be here if
It's
we
just they
hadn't
could have done this
made
way
that
better.
game
Is all I'm saying.
And if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players.
I mean, after all those L's you were
so
taking
lucky.
and all the
I
money
really
you
think
lost,
that people, when they jump back into the
you certainly
remaster,
needed to
they're gonna be
remaster a
shocked
good
at
game
just how
to
good the game looks.
get some money. So yeah, that's understandable.
Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves.
And they're also
lost
5
in the world.
FPS as we can see here.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like...
I mean, no shit, it's improved.
It's new, it's
It
fun.
uses Unreal
like, it's
5.
exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before.
The
and I
models,
think
when
the
they are
fans will
walking,
appreciate that.
the animation looks a little bit clunky.
From
but
all of us at
that's just
Bethesda Game
nitpicking.
Studios
And Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has
However,
a very
good job,
special place in
Virtuous.
my heart,
You did
and
a
being able to
very
work on
damn
this
good job
remaster and bring it to a
remastering
new
this shit.
generation of players has been an incredible experience.
I'll rate the game once I beat it.
We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Is it today?
The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available
now?
Today.
Cinema!
I was born
First Bethesda W in a while. First W in a while. That is fucking crazy, by the way.
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
I guess everyone knows what they're doing today, huh?
This is the 27th.
At least we all boomers know.
The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Oh no, what's gonna happen? We don't know.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Damn, this looks cool though.
This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come.
I just hope it's not a buggy mess.
Looks clear.
I just hope to God it's not the buggy mess. Imagine how funny that would have been.
Cleansing draws nigh.
We just start the game launch and the game has been terminated. Nobody can play it. I wish there was a dodge button though. But I guess we got parry. Looks absolutely sick.
Him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Absolute peak cinema. Absolute peak fucking cinema. Rare Bethesda W. Xbox, Steam, PS5, PC game available today. That is crazy, dude.